Hello everybody and welcome to the physics-based marble game, Marble World. This game is actually super sick. We see here, this is kind of how it works. You just are able to spawn in marbles, make your own marble courses, and yeah, I think I'm going to do some pretty crazy stuff with this game. So let's get cracking right into it. So let's see here. I guess I started out with this. I actually made this myself. And I guess this is where we'll start. So let's start off with a split pipe and see, or split track, not pipe. That actually splits them pretty evenly. That's pretty nice right there. So now, I guess we'll curve them different places. I don't know. What do I do in a marble course? Do I want to make one path longer than the other? Because they're both going to have the same end goal eventually. So I'm trying to decide, maybe one of them is kind of like a worse path, maybe one of them is going to be a little bit better. Let's see. This is what I got for the first design. So we got some sections right here. This section will speed it up. This is actually quite a significant speed boost. So if we see here, all those are going to be going super fast. And then this section right here will drop some of them through. So I think this should be like a little punishment section. If they fall through this, then they should be punished for not making it all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and do here. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and drop a little track just like this down here. And then this is going to go ahead and do pretty much the same thing that this track does up here. And we're going to merge it together. There we go. So now that should be good, and if we go ahead and get a straight piece, here we go. So this is what our track looks like so far. I don't know if this is a good track. I haven't done too much with this, so let's test if any of this actually works. None of them actually fell down. That was kind of surprising. None of them fell down in the holes. Maybe we need to add some randomizers into this. So let's go ahead and get some decorations. And let's get some nails. We're going to go ahead and get some nails. And we're going to try and stop them from hitting just on the sides. Let's see if that does it. That actually bumped a few of them down, so that's actually going to make quite a bit of difference. So I think that's good right there. And then we have the speed section, we have the slower section, and then we just have a normal section right here if they go down the middle somehow. So if they make it through the end on this, then it's pretty normal. This is fast, and then if they fall down, I think that'll be a little bit slower. Next, I want to add an upward section. So what this is going to do, if I spawn some marbles in, this is going to really slow things down. So things that get through first are going to have a little bit of better time, and they're going to make it through first. And this is going to make it so that marbles come through in waves, I think. So I think that's what I want. I'm not quite too sure, but we're going to go ahead and try it. And then we are going to go ahead and get this piece right here. So this is going to funnel them all through into one very small section. And there is a lot falling off actually, but don't worry, we'll get to that. But we are going to now start with the pipe section. So they are going to enter this huge pipe right here. So we are going to go like this. And that looks super smooth. So that should shoot them all up here. I think. I'm not sure. Let's test it. I guess let's test it to see. Okay, and they're coming through in this wave. Ooh, that needs some boost. So there is actually a boost right here. If we go to decorations and we go to physics, we should be able to find a boost. I wish this would clip on though or something. I guess that we just have to place it like this and do it ourselves. All right, now testing it with the booster. Let's see if the marbles make it through. Not really. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add boost until this works, and we'll see how much that takes. So I did a little bit of work, and now it looks very different. But what you're going to see is that it actually isn't going to look very different at all, because I can just go ahead and paint all of these invisible, and it's still going to help us out. Why can't? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to paint all these. These blocks are still here, but they're going to help us from having marbles falling out. So if we look here, we're not going to have any fall out anymore. They're just going to go straight. Okay, well, I need to add some there, obviously. That did not work very well. But anyways, I also made it so that the pipe works perfectly fine, and that was a little bit powerful, a little bit more than I intended it to be. But anyways, we're going to use the same thing we used there, using the invisible paint, and we're going to do that on these tubes. So that'll make sure that it's all lined up, and when it goes through, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay. We're gonna have to fix, maybe we just don't fix it. How about we just don't? So I'm thinking we just go ahead, delete that, get our straight piece in here, and then maybe we put some triangles in or something. Yeah, that looks good right there. Okay, so that should help us quite a bit. This should actually make it so that they can't get stuck anymore. This looks funny, because what's happening here is that they're getting hit by the invisible stuff right here, but they're also trying to get out, but the boosters, it keeps on pushing them forward. So we're going to have to add invisible boosters to these parts as well, I think, and then it should be all good. Alright, I did a little bit of work, quite a bit of work actually, and this is what it's looking like now. So if we go ahead and paint all of the things invisible that I want to be invisible, you'll see how this is going to end up looking. So we are actually going to have just the turn pieces be visible, so it looks like the marbles are going to be shot out. Actually, let me spawn a row in. They're going to be shot out, they're going to curve through this, then they're going to go in through this, get turned back around, curve up through this, and then get put through this onto the track. And there's actually pipes going up here and stuff, so that'll actually help stabilize it and all that it's going to need. And of course I need to add more boosters. I was only laying out the pipe work, so that should look pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and add the boosters, and then we'll move on to the next part of the track. Alright, so I finally finished adding all the boosters. That took probably 10 minutes just because you have to adjust each one like so precisely and then paint it all, and anyways, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I also found out that there's a translucent option, so we can have these translucent pipes. So I'm actually not sure if I like the fully clear or the translucent better. Let's go ahead and test it out and give it a look and see what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. I've tested this before, it looks pretty cool. So they go up, they go through, then they shoot out here. I feel like this wasn't a super necessary section, but I mean, it's decently cool. It looks cool. I don't think it's necessary to the track. I don't think it adds anything, and it actually went really quick because it uses the boosters, so really, it took like probably a half hour of work, but then came out to last about half a second on the track. So anyways, let's stop being salty and continue on with the track building. So now I don't know what I want. I don't think I've tested out the loops before, like without recording, and it just doesn't work. The loops don't work that great with a lot of marbles. They work great on like a single marble or something like that, but with a lot of marbles, it's kind of just meh. So we're going to try something else out. Okay, so we have a funnel here. I hope that's gonna catch all of the balls that try to get through. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to say. Oh, I know what I should do. I should do... Okay, so I got two funnels on either side, so this should then influence the way that the balls go. And now if I get a straight piece and I get one of these small pieces, will this connect? Okay, so this is what I ended up with. We got two pipes that come down from the funnels, and then we got this track right here, and I didn't mean to do this, but our track is looking a little bit phallic. Let's see. Now we are going to... I don't know, what do we do from here? What do we do from here? Straight pipe, maybe? Maybe we have one track, that's going... Oh, that is not what I meant to do. We're going to have one track that is going to curve through these pipes, I think. And then we're going to have one track that curves through the track pieces, maybe. I think that could be cool. Alright, so this is the design that I came up with. I actually went ahead and painted some of this. I think it looks pretty neat. I like all the colors and stuff. So we have on the right side is the red side. We're going to see that balls are going to drop down here. And then if they go into the red side, they're going to go down this like curly straw thing, I guess. And then they go through there. If they go through the blue side, let's see if we can see a marble, it will go down, and then it will go down through here. So this is actually the shorter path. The blue is the shorter path right here. So if it goes down through the blue, it's just getting straight into it. But if it goes down the red side, it's going to swirl like this, just like that marble did, and then it's getting pooped back out onto the track. So blue is actually better, so if you end up on the right, you have more favorable odds. But, I mean, after the warp pipe, that kind of just randomizes it all as a whole. And I actually also painted this like a star, it's like an animated star paint, which I think is pretty cool, especially since this is kind of like a warp pipe or something like... Warp pipe is Mario, so it's not green. But this is like a warp cannon, I guess, so it's like a star cannon, and it shoots you out real far, fast, and I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is what the pipe section looks like. I think pipes are way better than tracks in my opinion. I don't know if that's just me, but like you can just do so many curves with the pipes, but with the tracks it seems like it's fairly limited unless you use like all the different shapes. But I don't know. Let's see what let's actually add more using the tracks this time. We're gonna add more using the tracks now. I was testing around a little bit, and this is kind of what I came up with. It's this little track idea where it like just spirals down and then the marbles would spiral back up. Of course I'm gonna have to add boosters. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but yeah, of course the marbles can't go upwards without boosters, so we'll add some boosters, and then we will... This is a problem right here. I thought this was sloped downwards. Not sure why they're getting stuck there, but we'll figure something out. We'll add some boosters or something. Anyways, it'll all be fine. Also, notice some marbles were escaping because I forgot to put a block right here, so we'll make sure that marbles can't get out through this way. This is a new day. I took a little bit of a break from this, and I actually forgot to record some stuff, so I'll just walk through the progress that we made. So if we look here, this is the last place we left off. We have the spiral down, then it spirals back up, and then it goes through here. This is kind of a randomizer. If they go through here, I'm gonna spawn some marbles in, so they'll be coming through anytime now. And what we're going to see here is that these will randomize the marbles, and then also the nails will help randomize, and then they'll get split into two different paths. And then these paths are going to have these stairs. I've painted them rainbow. I love the rainbow. It's so cool. It's really flashy in a lot of rainbow, but just on the stairs it looks fine. And here, we'll show how this randomizes them. So this looks cool as heck. Like, look, it just goes down and then it goes back up. And just in case you're wondering how I did this, it's a lot of invisible boosters. So I think this is super dope. And then it goes through this thing randomizes it, spits them out random ways. The nails then get push the marbles into random directions, and as you can see, it actually randomizes it super well. And this is going to be the next part. So what's going to happen here is that this is going to come down, come around, and I need to add boosters, but I haven't done it yet. So then it's going to shoot up here. It's going to then shoot across here, which I'm going to paint this invisible. I just have it blue right now so I can see it, but it's going to be invisible like this. And then it's going to look like it's doing a jump. It's going to be like whoop, and then it's going to go land back onto the track, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. So that's the next step. So now if we watch what's going on here, we are going to see the marbles go up, go over the jump, and then they'll get spit out just like this. So we're getting a bunch of them, and the problem is that we're getting the same thing where whenever a marble goes around a corner, it always hugs the outside, just because that's how physics works, you know? So what we need to do is we need to stop that from happening. We need to get another track piece, and we're going to do basically what we did earlier right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on painting all of this up and making sure that it is looking nice, and then I'm also going to work on randomizing both sides. Also, haven't done the boosters yet on this side, so I'm just testing it out on one side so far. And yeah, this is looking really good. I don't know where I'm going to take it after this. This might be the last obstacle for this episode, because I do want to continue on this track over multiple episodes, but also this has taken about like maybe an hour or two, or maybe even 3 hours at this point. So I do want to get this episode out. And I'm back. I finally, after, I think that took like just about an hour to do all of the work that I just did. So anyways, let me walk you through what I did. I spawned in some marbles so we'll be able to see action, but right here I finished this part. We have all the boosters. These are the boosters right here, and they will then come up these invisible paths, and then they'll come through here. This is the randomizer that I made. I put this on both sides, and then let's actually just see this in action. It'll come through. It looks like it does a little jump, comes over, goes through the nails, and then this is where it gets interesting. So I created a bunch of funnels with a bunch that's not supposed to happen. Maybe there's something weird here. Oh, it's going. Okay, I need to fix that. But anyways, then it comes through a bunch of pipes. That just went through the pipe. That was a little weird. That shouldn't go through the pipe. Anyways, they're doing what they should be. Kind of looks a little glitchy because I need to fix the physics on this real quick, because I didn't work on the boosters too much. I think I'm going to work on that in a bit. But anyways, here's what it looks like when I zoom out. This looks absolutely bonkers, and just look at it. It has different intersecting pipes. Look how close these pipes got. It took me so long to get right. And this one doesn't have boosters on the inside, so it's not going. That's why that's stuck. And then also over here, if we look at the right side, we're going to see that some of them are going to get funneled back through the system if they get unlucky and go on the left side. But if we get like this yellow one and we go down the yellow side, it will then come up, come through here, then come all the way over and start twisting through these sections of pipes again. And then they all end up on this one section. So these ones get dropped down and boosted like this. This one actually just will come over here and get like kind of pooped out onto this track. And then they all end up in here. And what I'm planning to do with this is basically going to be like the cannon from earlier. And this will be the last thing for this episode. And what it's going to do is it drops this, it'll go in here, go all, oh wow, this looks really bright for some reason. Oh, it's because there's literally a light up there. It'll come all the way up here, and then we're going to somehow get them to funnel out. I'm going to have like pieces that are going to slant them down, and so they will all land on this part of the track, and then this part spirals down into a split piece. And this is where we'll start the next episode, is this split piece right here. So I think this is going to be really cool. I just need to finish it. I thought I'd give an update because I've laid out all the track and I just need to add the boosters. And once I add all the boosters, it actually is done. And then we can start it from the beginning to just go and then go and then go and finish and then go and go and go and go and go. And this took so long to make, but it's so worth it because it's so satisfying watching it. Every time I spawn in marbles, it's just so much fun. I'm like watching it go down here. Oh, watermelons. How did watermelon just get here? anyways, this is absolutely cool. It's probably one of my favorite projects I've ever worked on in this game, and I'm so glad that this is going to turn out so good. But anyways, I'm going to finish putting in the boosters, and I'll let you guys know what it looks like when it's all done. Finally, everything is done. I want to just show you guys everything that I've worked on. So first off, this right here, I think I didn't add in some of the boosters last time we did this, but anyways, so now all of the boosters are inside these pipes, so they'll never get stuck even on this upside down part. If we take a look here, you can see that there's these boosters. So that'll actually help us do the loops and stuff like that. And then if we come in here, there's boosters, and then it goes all the way up into the bright light. And this actually right here is super cool. I used the triangle slope piece. It looks like this when you separate it. I used the triangle slope piece, basically mirrored it a bunch of times, and then this made a cone. And what this does is when it goes up through the pipe, it hits the cone, will come down onto the track, anywhere on the track, and then it'll spiral, 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 spiral. I've been doing a little bit of testing, as you can see, and it works pretty well. It doesn't really let any through. I think this is pretty much all the marbles. There are a couple of leaks, and I'll work on that like some other time. I'm just like so ready to finally test this all out and watch it go through. But oh yeah, before I forget, this is supposed to be invisible, so we're going to go ahead and paint all of these invisible. Okay, let's test this. There we go. We actually have colors this time. And we're going to go ahead and follow through, see what's going on. So there's some that are getting way ahead just by being on the first step out. And it looks like we are getting some going through the cannon. And we got them going through the pipes. Let's see if there's a clear winner. We have a blue in the lead. Blue is in the... Oh, wait, there's an orange all the way over here. So we got orange, blue, green, green. There's a lot of greens going on right now. That's pretty cool. So orange is in the lead. We're going to watch them come through this way until orange comes on to the top. Orange could easily get sent back through the ringer, though, if he goes through the left side. But he goes through the yellow pipe. Let's go, orange. He's going through. And he's... Oh, green came ahead, though. And there's more green, a lot of greens. Okay, yeah, yellow path is apparently the slowest path. Oh, we got a bunch in the lead here. I think green was definitely in the clear lead, but let's look at this from above. We're going to look at the pipe section because I actually haven't shown this off too much. But you can see the balls are just heading through the pipes in every which way. They are getting caught up in some places, which admittedly I do need a fix, but other than that, sometimes it looks like right here, I think this is a visual glitch, but it looks like the blue is just straight going through the red until you go like this, and then it's like, and then you're like, oh wait, it's not. Except it kind of is. Don't know why some of these are having issues, but you know what? That was pretty cool. And as we can see here, here's all of our marbles. This is probably about half. I think some of them get caught up in different places. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this, but I think overall pretty successful. Now the next test, of course, is doing it with 1,500 marbles. Let's spawn that in. So we're going to go ahead and get in. Okay, 1,600. That's good enough. Oh, is this gonna overflow? That is quite a bit of overflow. Okay. Hopefully not too many fall off. Anyways, they are going through the warp cannon into the funnels. I love the funnels. I love the funnels so much. The pipes are so satisfying. That's why I decided to do another pipe section. I love the upward... Oh, okay, this is a problem because when they go too fast, they just get flung off. So anyways, I love the upward spiral section. We need to work on it though, clearly. And we are at the stair section now. This is kind of the great equalizer, because if you get onto a stair level higher, you are kind of doing pretty well for yourself. So let's see them go through the randomizer, and now they are going through the pipes section. I love the pipe section. I do need to make it a little smoother, but wow. Okay, this looks so cool with so many more marbles. You just see them all. This is an issue right here. Let's see if I go ahead and turn this up to 12 maybe. Let's just kick it up real high and then turn it back down. There we go. Okay, so yeah, kind of tweaking stuff along the way. As long as things aren't getting too stuck, it's not that much of an issue. Why is there such a big hole? Oh my gosh, there's still some at the beginning. That's kind of crazy, because we've pushed so many that this will just, like, periodically release marbles with the stair machine over time. And I'm not sure if I like that or not, to be quite honest. I kind of want, like, marbles to have an equal chance, and this kind of stair machine makes it so that only so many can get through at a time. So I might have to change that section up a bit if I want to equalize the chances for marbles getting through. But other than that, this is all looking quite great. I love this little jump section. It looks so good. You can't even tell that there's tracks here. It's so clean. Marbles getting stuck on the nails. Don't think there's anything I can do about that. I've played around with that a bit, but not much I can do. Just looking at all of it, very amazing. Okay, I love this. I love this. This is so satisfying. I like the little spiral, and I love the little loop right here. And none of these have boosters in them, by the way. Let's watch them go through the cannon, because I do like the cannon probably took the longest to make, because I wasn't used to the controls at the time I made this, but now I know how to use all of the controls and stuff like that. Okay, some are getting stuck here. Maybe I need to work on that. But I just love it. It's just like a scatter shot, and then it just poops out into this funnel, which is quite honestly overflowed, which is another. Maybe I need to work on that as well. Maybe funnels aren't the best. Well, I mean, if we just use it on small scale, it was never a problem. Oh, maybe there was a clog, because they're coming out quite fast now. Seems like it's getting reclogged and unclogged, but it seems like it's all working out. So there's definitely some issues. I want to see one go over the loop. Is any going into yellow? Oh, there are some going. Hey, it goes over the loop. I love that. I love that I decided to make it go under, over, and then I kind of didn't know what to do, so I just made it go straight here, and then it curves down and around. I love this so much. And then if we look right here, they just get warped up to the top, and this is so cool. So then what happens is they get hit off, and they go onto one section or another of the track, and then they'll all spiral down. And of course, since this is a curve, it will all go to the left side, so we're going to add some randomizers right here. There's a lot of stuff that I'm noticing that I'm really happy I'm noticing, because it's going to help a lot for the next session of marble building. Are we out of marbles over here? Looks like we are just about out of marbles. Okay, blue must have something wrong with it. Because, let's see. Blue's got something wrong with it. Oh, yeah. The funnels aren't the best. I think it needs a wider lid, maybe. Not sure. But the funnels definitely don't work the best in large amounts. But I'm sure we'll figure something out. Gotta say, the downward spiral into the upward spiral, so satisfying. I'm very happy with this, if you can't tell. It took like a solid 3 hours just because like this first section right here up until the warp cannon took 1 hour, and then it only lasted for like 5 seconds of the entire thing. So I'm like, oh man. But then I learned the controls a little bit better, so I'm happy that I did, because this turned out quite phenomenally. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. I know I want to do more with this game, and I think I'm going to keep on adding to this track, because that just makes sense. It's like got all of the potential right here, because I set it up for a part 2, and that's pretty great. but leave a comment. Leave a comment if you have any other ideas that I should add to the track. I'm not super sure on creative stuff to do, because really the pipes was like the most creative I think I did, but like other than that, I feel like my tracks were kind of standard, besides the upward track. The upward track I'm a huge fan of. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed. Until next time.